my shutter speed because we're going to be moving really fast here over a bumpy terrain. I'm talking a whopping 6 miles per hour. Don't want you to miss out any photo opportunities. Also, do remember one very, very important rule for me. That is to remember to remain fully seated for me at all times. Absolutely no standing or leaning out of the vehicle, even when the vehicle is not in motion. Please stay fully seated. It is for your safety.
Number 2, supervise your children. So, is this anybody's very first safari here in Harambe? Have you
Here's to everyone. The first of those is for everyone to please stay seated, especially while the truck run is in motion. It tends to get a little bumpy at times. It's a lot of rough terrain. So go ahead and stay seated for me. Keep all hands, arms, feet, legs, children in the ride at all times as well. There are a lot of branches out here that hug the road really tightly. So if you just stay in the truck and stay seated, we'll be good to go. Bless you back there. Now my name is Nicole. I'm rude, I've not introduced myself yet, so I'm sorry. My name is Nicole, and it's my pleasure to have you guys out here today. It really is a beautiful day. The animals are loving it, we're loving it, so we're going to have a really great time. Now, if you didn't know, this is a 2-week safari, which seems kind of scary, but it's pretty fun though. Means you have a lot of time to become best friends. Jumbo, Aaron.
Alright. You're entering the Harambe Wildlife Reserve, which was established in 1971.
Now we're in the next truck is in the jungle.
Local wildlife.
And we're going to head out pretty soon, like I said. Now go ahead and always have those cameras ready for me too. This is a photo safari, but I'm not able to stop completely for every single animal, or our 2 weeks will turn into 2 years. There's a lot of animals out there. So go ahead and always have those cameras ready to go. You can take as many pictures as you want though. All types of cameras are welcome. Just make sure to have them out and hold on tight to them. Now there is a game spotting guide up above your rows, which are all the animals that you want to look for today. Those are all the animals that have at one point been seen on the reserve, and we're going to try and find them as we go. No guarantee that we're going to see every single one, but we're still going to look for them. Now, is this going to be anyone's first ever safari? Anybody? Nobody? Alright, well you guys know what to expect then, which is good. Helps me a lot, because you guys know what animals to expect. You already know what to look for out here, which is good. But no 2 safaris are the same, so you might see something new, you might learn something new. You never really know. That's right, that is your first safari with me, and I am honored to be your first Nicole safari driver. Right? How's that? There you go. Perfect. Now this is a lot of fun, folks. I've been out there a few times today, and the animals are all around, acting crazy, doing their animal thing, which is good.
Now the beautiful Harambe Reserve was established back in 1971. We've had a lot of animals from vultures. Wardens to patrol this reserve. They've been for many, many, many years now.
Alright, I think she's going to come up and she is going to get ready to shut those doors, so go ahead and watch that right side.
Cameras have them ready at all times.
And thank you, Warden.
Animals can be seen on either side of the vehicle.
For the next 14 days. Y'all did get the memo. We're spending 2 weeks together. It'll be great. It'll be a good time. Now, I do have a few housekeeping to go over real quick. Number 1, please make sure that you remain.
I bet you $20 her rules will be the same as mine.
That is by far the most important thing out here.
They are.
Make sure that you hold on nice and cameras, phones, keys, wallets, children, sunglasses. That sorcerer Mickey hat, I don't want you to lose it. Hold on nice and tight.
That is a nice hat.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Bye. I wish I had a nice hat.
Now, if you have those cameras, go ahead and put them on a floor or an actual setting.
Alright, we're going to get there pretty soon.
Out of the vehicle, we now spot some thorny bushes out here. There is an overhead spotting guide for some of the animals you may be seeing today. May not be seeing all of them, but there's a great chance you'll see quite a few of them. So have your eyes open with your cameras ready, as the animals do tend to blend in quite a bit. and they do tend to appear suddenly. It's highly recommended.
All right, well, thank you. We're to give us the all clear, so we're good to go.
Just made.
And Tunde means let's go, so let's go and jumbo again. I am going to introduce myself one more time. My name is Nicole, and it's my pleasure having you guys down here with me today as we take our 2-week adventure through the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. Now, the reserve was founded in 1971. It was a great safe haven for a lot of animals that needed to be protected by poaching or habitat destroying. So we're doing all we can out here to help keep these animals alive and well.
Some animals even tend to
Also, getting awareness out for you guys is a really great way to help us protect them.
serve as 800 square miles, making just a few short stops here and there. Let's go see.
So that truck's going to go, and then it is going to be our turn. We're going to wait a little bit longer. So we're going to come right here, sit for a little bit. I do want to point out to the right-hand side, you'll see that black symbol on that brown sign. That is the symbol of the sable antelope, which is the national emblem for the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. So they are the big symbol out here, and we're going to try and see those in person since you guys see them on the sign. And we're actually just waiting a few seconds for the warden to give us the all clear into the reserve. And that shouldn't be too much longer. So we're waiting. Almost. You feel it? Any second.
Vou mandar a resposta para Luísa.
And there it is. All right, so the warden is giving us the all clear. That means he is ready for us. I know I'm ready, and I hope you guys are ready because now there is no going back. And here we go into the Little Aituri Forest. This first stop is the great place. A lot of the animals, though, that live here are a little more shy, and they're very, very good at hiding. So we're going to take it nice and slow, take our time. This is also day 114, and look at that. Not being too shy is the okapi, our first official animal. The okapi does have stripes, as you can see, just like a zebra, but they actually are the only living relative to the giraffe, which is pretty strange. They look very different except for their face and their tongue. Their face are very similar, and their tongues are 18 to 21 inches long. Now, the reason their markings are so different is because it helps them to blend in and protect themselves a little bit more in the forest. The okapi was thought to be a mythical creature for a very long time, and it was not discovered until around 1901. And they're adorable. Alright, so those are the okapi. Again, that's our first official animal. We're going to see what else we can find. We are coming up to this watering hole down to the left. The watering hole is a huge source of life for all animals, so there's a really good chance of us seeing something pretty special as they go around. We're going to make our way out all the way around. I don't see anything yet, but that's okay. We're not quite done in the forest yet. Might be able to see something up this way. Oh, and there it is, up to the left, and we'll see some orange-colored animals, which are bongos. Bongos are the ghosts of the forest. And they get that name because their horns are slicked straight back over their head, allowing them to move extremely quickly through all the underbrush out here. So they move so fast that sometimes you see them, you turn your head and you look back, and then they're gone, just like a ghost. Now, they're very used to us driving by here, so they don't get too spooked, so they don't really hide so much, which is good. So you can see them. Alright. Now we are going to make our way out of the forest, so we're going to keep moving on all the way up this hill. It's going to be bringing us in to Safi River. Now, this is a great place if you are a hippo fan. Hippos love to hang around the river because of all the water for them. Now, the actual hippo we're looking for is the Nile hippo, which is very large, can weigh up to 5,500 pounds. So they're huge. And I don't see him yet, so we're just going to keep looking. Yeah, those are a lot of bubbles.
Olha só quanta bubble tem aqui, filha.
Go slow.
Ó, as bolhas aqui. Tem hipopótamo embaixo das bolhas.
Don't see anything coming up. Now, hippos can't hold their breath for a long time, so there might be a hippo somewhere. I do hear one, though. Here we go. We're going to see one in water. There is one out of water, too, which is pretty cool to see. There also will be some large gray and white birds to the left, and those are pink-backed pelicans. That's right. We're getting in the water, right? There she goes.
Eu vi, mergulhou.
Right. Very good at swimming. Most of that, they actually will walk across the bottom rather than swim. Because they do weigh so much. Alright, so we gotta see some hippos. There's another one getting out of the water. And here we go. We're about to go over this bridge, which takes us right across some Nile crocodiles. And you can see down to our left. The Nile crocodile can be 18 to 20 feet long. They're extremely impressive in their size. Also, their bite force is very powerful. It is strong enough it can't go straight through our bones in one bite. That is all that it takes, so we're careful. Alright. We're making it. There we go. So we're going to go all the way up this hill, and pretty soon it is going to bring us into the savanna. The savanna is the largest portion of the reserve, and it has many different parts to it. So many different animals we do have the opportunity of seeing as we go. Also, some pretty cool plants are going to be around here, and my all-time favorite is the baobab tree, which is coming up to the right-hand side. And here it is. Now we also like to call it the upside-down tree because of its root-like appearance. Those branches do look just like roots because they're going to spend about 9 months of every single year being completely leafless. Now, not having any leaves is useful to them, though. They're able to store all the extra water in their trunks and hold on to it, and then they can hold it so long that it helps them live a very long time. They can live to be around 2,000 years old. So it's an old tree. Now we are making our way down this hill, which brings us into the Serengeti grasslands, our first stop along the savanna. These are going to stretch hundreds of miles across the eastern side of Africa. It's a super highway for millions of migrating animals, so it's a huge migratory path, and that's what gives us the option of seeing so many different kinds. But there are some animals that will live here year-round, and you've probably heard of these many times, like the giraffe, lion, and elephant. They will all live here all year. This is the wild Africa, which we do work so hard to conserve. Now the landscape is pretty cool out here. I know it's just a lot of trees and grass, but it's actually cool because it is maintained by the animals themselves. They all do their own various jobs every single day, and they play that out, and that gives them a nice balanced habitat and ecosystem, which allows them to have enough food for themselves. That's really good for them because there's no fighting for food or habitat. Now if you look to the right, you're going to see that small mound. That is a termite mound. We're going to see all different shapes and sizes of them as we go. And the termite mounds are used not really by termites, but rather by large animals as a back scratcher and small animals as a lookout mound. So they're kind of all kinds of useful things. Now here to the left are the sable antelope, which I mentioned just before you enter the reserve back in the beginning. Again, they are the national symbol for the reserve out here. Their coats will start off a brownish, honey brown color and get darker as they get older. And there will be one who has a darker coat, darker than the rest. That is because he is the dominant one and the oldest. So we're going to keep seeing these termite mounds. They get pretty strange looking as we go. Also, these gray animals over towards the right are white bearded wildebeest, nicknamed the Gnu. They do have those white beards, as you can see, and their name wildebeest means wild beast in the African language. Now, the name Gnu, which is their nickname, comes from the low grunting noise that they make. It's kind of close to how a cow will move, except a wildebeest will do. Now, speaking of cow, I do see one far in the distance. It's the Ankole cattle up ahead. We're going to try and catch up with them as best as we can. It's one of my favorite animals out here. I have a chance to see them up close. They're stunning. So let's see what we can find. Now we are getting closer to that Ankole cow. The horns you can see on it are about 5 to 6 feet long, so they're huge. They're impressive not only for their size, but also what they'll do for the animal. The inside is made up of tiny blood vessels which form a honeycomb structure, and that is where they'll store the blood for the animal's body. And that is going to end up being the cooling and heating system for their body. So it's very useful. And also the Ann-Coley cattle is the only animal in the entire reserve to be domesticated. So out of all the ones you can see on that game spotting guide, they're the only ones that are domesticated. And there are some giraffes in the distance. We're going to try and see those as best as we can. Might be able to see them really well. Now there are two kinds of giraffes around here, Maasai and reticulated. The Maasai giraffes are the ones we're going to see right there and a little bit to the left and right of us. And they have those jagged patterns in extremely dark spots. But if you look just straight through here, you'll see between the bushes and the grass. That giraffe is the reticulated with the cargo net-like pattern. And those are the two different ones that we have the opportunity of seeing on this reserve. Now that is the main difference will be the patterns. They're all very large, 18 to 20 feet tall. Their tongues again are around 18 to 21 inches long. Their hearts are 25 pounds and 2 feet long. And they have very high blood pressure and only 7 vertebrae. So giraffes are very extraordinary animals. Lots of stuff going on about them. They also love to eat 22 hours a day, which I think has to be added in there. So that's pretty cool. They are very tall. Yes. They do, right? They have a lot of space to kind of make up for it. So I can't really blame them. I don't think I could eat 22 hours a day. I wouldn't move. So we'll see them right here. To the left is the Maasai, and actually over towards the right will be a Maasai and reticulated side by side. I know it's hard to see them with all the trees right there. We can see how they're eating too. So we're gonna go a little slow. It's really hard with all the bushes right here by these trees to get a clear picture of them. So you can still kind of see that one to the left, a little bit clear. Right, a good view, isn't it? Oh, he's posing now for you. Now he's showing off. Alright, so we're going to keep going all the way, eventually into Monkey Point. Actually, you're not going to have to wait too long. Now, Monkey Point is right through here, and it is named for a troop of mandrill monkeys. Those are the largest ones in Africa. So we're going to try and find a few. And they're not a big fan of the cooler weather, so since they are in the shade, I don't know how well we'll see them. But we are going to see an elephant. Look at that. Over to the right-hand side, you'll see an African bull elephant. And that's a male right there. You can tell it because he's all by himself. The male actually leaves its herd. It's one that leaves when it reaches adulthood between 13 and 15 years of age. And that is because elephants are matriarchal, so all the adults in a herd will be female. And we might be able to see him again. It probably won't be the best view. It might be his backside, so we're just going to see what it is that we can find. Now you will be able to see a road close sign coming up, and that is just because he's kind of in the middle of our road. A little too close for all of us to feel comfortable going right by him. So we are going to have to go this back way, which the truck in front of us is doing it. So if they can do it, we can do it, right? That's my motto. So you will see it a little bit closer again, not the best view. Now I do want to point out, if you see how dirty his back looks, it's not really because they're dirty animals, but they do have very sensitive skin, just like we do. And since they don't make SPF 30 for elephants, they'll use the next best thing, which is going to be that mud, grass, and dirt. Whatever they can find. Okay, so let's see. So now we get to keep going to elephant country, making our way over there as soon as we can. So here we go. We're about to cross this bridge. The only thing I can say for you guys is to hold on tight. Woo-hoo. Yeah! Oh, whoa, whoa. Oh, okay. Oh. Woo. Having a little bit too much fun, I guess. I think we broke the bridge. Alright, well, let's leave before they find us. You guys okay, though? We good? Alright, I didn't lose anyone, did I? No. Alright, I hope not. If you did, it's okay. We don't go very fast. I can catch up later. We're going to move on, though. Coming up to some red clay pits. Whew. And in these red clay pits will be some long, straight marks. Those long, straight marks do come from the elephant's tusks. They'll dig into these, eat the red clay, and then hold on to it. And they'll eat it because it is so full of extra vitamins and nutrients they can't quite find in their regular food. So it's a really good, helpful source of vitamins for them. Now, all elephants do have those ivory tusks, which unfortunately are the reason they're poached. Poaching is the #1 threat to these animals right after it is habitat loss, and that's just one thing we're trying to fix out here. And we're going to do whatever it takes, no matter how long, no matter what it takes. We're not going to give up. And I do see some waiting for us, so go ahead and get those cameras ready. Take amazing pictures up here while I play you guys one of my favorite songs ever in the history of songs. And that's on it, so there also will be a few more of those upside down trees around us.
Pequenininho, ele só tem branquinho, assim, no lugar das pretas. Mãe, olha aquele lá, tem
Can everybody see him okay over this way?
Papai, ele coçou o olhinho.
Now you can see a couple babies over that way.
Tem aqui brancos.
There'll be a couple babies and one teenager.
Olha, aquele lá tem um
Now again, don't forget, all the adults are going to see our female.
que é isso? Quando ele mexe a orelha, eles são brancos. Volta depois.
Alright, so let's keep going. We are coming up now to some greater flamingos. They're over here to our left-hand side. And the greater flamingo is the largest of the flamingo species. It also is the lightest shade of pink. Starts off a whitish gray color. When they're first hatched, they have to eat about a year's worth of beta-carotene, mostly found in fried shrimp, before they ever will turn their pinkish color. They do eat with their beak. You can see their beaks and head in the water. That's how they'll filter out their food. And we're not really sure why he's staying on one leg. We're trying to figure that out. And so now we are crossing all the way from elephant country straight into white rhino territory. And we are not going to have to go too far before we get to see them either, folks. Right here to the left will be some of those beautiful white rhinos. Their name comes from the African language where they are called white rhinos, and white means wide because they do have extremely wide mouths. Now we're going to go a little bit further. Coming up to the right-hand side will be the ostrich. She's strutting her way over here. It's kind of terrifying. That's the largest flightless bird. Behind her are some zebra. And no two zebras have the same stripes. They're all unique and individual. Well, now she's posing for you. Or no, she's not. That is a female. The male ostrich is black, so she's gray, and she's still scary, so we're not going to wait too long. These beautiful rhinos are very special to us, also endangered, and they're another example of the animal we're doing all we can to protect. They're very docile, but a little easily aggravated, and if you agitate them, they will retaliate, and they can charge at 40 miles per hour and weigh up to 5,000 pounds, so you don't want to make them upset. We're good to them, they're good to us. Now, if you look to the left, you will see some cheetahs. There's one right there. She's sitting pretty. They are beautiful, aren't they? They're so stunning. Very graceful. They are the fastest land mammal, though. They can run up to 60 miles per hour. That is their top speed, and once they reach 60, they will slow down. They are also the only large cat to hunt during the day because they rely on their sense of eyesight versus their sense of smell. Alright, you guys get ready to look over to the left. What we're seeing is amazing. It's a male lion right there. Look at him. Not only is it a male lion, but he's awake. That doesn't happen. Ever. He sleeps all day long. He's probably going to sleep right now. Gotta watch out for them. Aren't they beautiful?
Lindo, lindo, lindo. Até a leoa ali atrás acordada também. Viu? A gente nunca viu o leão acordado.
So we're gonna keep going. He's gonna lay down right there. No, thank goodness. We're still not hanging out. You'll see a couple more of those rhinos to the right-hand side. Folks, I really do want you guys to know how amazing that was. Like, I've been out here about 7.5 months. I've never seen them up and moving like that. So It's a pretty big deal.
Ela trabalha aqui há 7 meses.
Never seen
Ela
that.
nunca viu acordado.
And over to the right will be some brown animals. Those are Bontabak, and behind them are the zebra. Now Bontabak are critically endangered. He's following us.
Que sorte que nós demos, filha. Normalmente a gente vê a orelha dele, o rabo.
I can't stop too much longer. We have a few more things you need to see. Aren't they beautiful?
Checking us out, huh?
Yeah. I think he approved because he sat down afterwards. So. Now lions are extremely loud too. Their roar can be heard up to 6 miles away, which is extremely impressive. Now down to the left will be the warthog, my all-time favorite animal. It is the largest burrowing mammal, and she's the cutest thing in the world. I know, isn't she cute? Maybe not. Not everybody likes her. It's okay. I love her though. Now there are some large eggs coming up down below us to the left-hand side. Those are ostrich eggs, weighing about 3 pounds on average. They're very large. You can see the Bontabak again, and the zebra as well.
Olha as zebras ali.
Now zebras are officially believed. Scientists have claimed that they are black with white stripes, and they say that that stems from their black noses, which makes sense. Never thought of it that way.
Dá pra saber que elas são brancas, cristas pretas e o nariz é preto. Olha só, fica assim, ó, vai passar aqui, ó.
So here we go, nice and slowly crossing over this bridge. Hopefully it won't break on us. This is going to bring us into Magadi Glen, and over towards the right will be some animals with spiral horns, and these are addax. Addax are native to the desert regions, and being from the desert, they have adapted so well to it that they now can actually go their entire life without ever having to ever drink water. Which is pretty cool. They survive off getting the moisture that they need from the food that they eat. They hold on to it and only use it when they need it. Now to the left side are yellow-billed stork, which are carnivorous birds that are willing to eat anything smaller than them. So small frogs, fish, snakes, and even small birds. So it's all kinds of scary. Now it is going to get a little bumpy right here, folks, so just sit tight for me. Try and go nice and slow. No way to get around those. Alright friends, so here we go. Now we're going all the way down this road. It is going to eventually be bringing us back to our warden's post, which does mean that our 2-week adventure is coming to a close. And I know 2 weeks did fly by out here, but time does fly when you're having fun. And I do hope you guys had a great time. Hope you got to see some of your favorite animals, see something new, learn something new. And I also hope you guys know that you're always welcome here. No 2 safaris are ever the same, and we are always happy to have you out here and show you whatever we can and teach you whatever we know. And I also want to thank you guys for being with me, putting up with me for 2 weeks. I know it's not easy, but I do appreciate it. I hope we're going to be best friends after this. Now, good news is that I will be able to drop you guys off right where I picked you up, so we are going to go just a little bit further down the road before I have to drop you off. You guys can go about the rest of your day. Now, in one moment, I will excuse myself to call my warden. That way, she doesn't think I got lost, because it has happened before. So I'll be right back with you in just a couple seconds.